Hey, Medspa owners. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 ways your marketing agency is failing you. Okay, so I know in the marketing world there's going to be a lot of he said, she said. Everybody's got different opinions. It's really hard to figure out who to trust, what works, what doesn't, and how to make sure that your marketing investment is going to good use. So I'm going to make this as objective as possible with these items. I'm going to try to back this based on evidence and data, and I think the nuances of strategy that make a difference and impact your business at the end of the day. So the number one way your marketing agencies are failing you is when it comes to SEO. So if you're watching this video and you're like most agency owners who are paying for SEO services, you know you're paying for SEO. You know vaguely what SEO is supposed to do, help you rank more prominently in the Google search results. But many of you have no idea what your marketing agencies are actually doing every month to help you move the needle in terms of your search rankings. And you have no concept of what the factors are you need to be influencing to improve your ranking positions. So without the knowledge to understand how to properly audit your SEO efforts and the awareness of what your SEO provider is doing, a lot of you are wasting money on ineffective SEO services every month. There are a lot of ways this comes to fruition and a lot of ways this plays out. But the number one thing I would recommend doing is asking your SEO provider what they actually do for you every month. Any reputable provider should be able to tell you a list of things that they're doing every month. And from there, kind of use your BS meter a little bit. So a few things I'd be keeping an eye on from the SEO standpoint. One, your SEO company is probably going to mention something about NAP consistency, which is name, address, phone number, and citations. Now, that's a good thing to do, but that's really an automated process that takes very little manual effort. And it's not something that really moves the needle in terms of rankings. It's what I call a housekeeping activity. It's something you you need to do. You want to make sure, for instance, your Apple map listing matches the information on your Google listing. And if somebody's looking for your business on Uber, they're finding you that way. I think while citations are a good housekeeping activity, they're not something that's going to move the needle in terms of ranking, right? The fact that your listing on Yelp has SUITE instead of STE when you're listing the suite number, if you understand what Google's trying to do, they're trying to rank the most authoritative and reputable results. That's not going to be the thing that moves the needle in terms of ranking. So if one of the things they list as a high priority activity is an automated activity that really isn't going to move the needle, might be cause for concern. So the citations and NAP consistency, good housekeeping activity, not making the ultimate difference in terms of rankings. If they talk about technical things like schema markup and things like that, also not things that move the needle. When Google's trying to rank their most reputable search result, do you think they're going to base that on who knew to put some funky code on the back end of their website? Probably not. So with that said, if those are the things that pop to the forefront of those reports, I'd be concerned. If there are mentions of blogging, I'd be very concerned about where your investment is going. So when it comes to blogging, I've got a whole video on this, but long story short, let's reverse engineer a blogging strategy and why it doesn't work most of the time for local businesses. So if your SEO company is writing blogs for you every month, like top 5 benefits of Botox, those are the types of things that are doing nothing to help you move the needle in terms of rankings. They're not helping you earn links because nobody's actually referencing those articles. So there's not other websites talking about how great this blog post was on top 5 benefits of Botox on your site. So it's not helping you earn links that move the needle from a ranking standpoint. It's probably not helping you earn traffic because there's dozens or hundreds or thousands of other people that have written that content. You're unlikely to rank for it if you're not the most authoritative site in terms of that topic. And then the third thing is with blogging, if you're writing that sort of content, even if you're getting those pages ranked on occasion, the traffic that's coming through your site is probably not even your potential customer base. We audited this for a client we still work with to this day, who was doing SEO with a previous provider, and her SEO company was showing her all these great increases in website traffic. And the number one page on her website was a blog post. So she was an audiology practice. So hearing aids was the main thing she was selling. This blog post was how do piercings affect your hearing? It was responsible for most of the growth in her organic traffic. So it was niche enough that it actually did rank. But when we audited that, I think it might have been 0 people from her county actually visited that webpage. So when you see a strategy like that, it's not tied to a business objective. It's a waste of money. I don't think SEO companies are doing this with bad intentions. I think I've been in SEO for over a decade. I originally started as an SEO only provider. And I think really there are people who just have a misguided concept of what actually impacts search rankings. So Those types of blogging initiatives generally don't work. So those are a few things. Also, the two things I would be focused on that would be really impactful if your SEO company were doing these things: are they helping ensure that your pages are properly blueprinted? So each service has its own page, your page titles and headings are properly optimized, and that you're doing a good job of building in-depth, robust content that's better than what any of your other competitors have created in terms of your service page. So if you're doing Botox in Dallas, Texas on your service page, you want to make sure answer every question someone could possibly have about Botox, show before and afters, show information about the staff, why someone would choose to do business with you, what the pricing structure might look like, how far out appointments take, how long, and any question you can answer. Make that content robust. So if they're working on those things, that's a good sign. Also, if they're doing anything to help you earn inbound links, that's probably a good sign. We document all of our SEO link prospecting activity in spreadsheets. So we look at our competitors and we figure out, hey, where are your competitors are earning links? Where are your competitors earning links? And how can we replicate those successes? So things like local directories, trade directories, vendor directories, sponsorships, PR-oriented opportunities. We do a lot of PR for our clients. We've had clients featured in Forbes, Real Simple, Rob Report, Everyday Health, bunch of those types of sites. Those are the kind of things that can move the needle. So make sure they're being proactive about earning inbound links and measuring and monitoring your search rankings. So I think that's a good guide on the SEO side. So number one was ineffective SEO. Number two, high cost per lead. So anybody can run Facebook ads. The devil's in the details and the nuances matter in terms of your return on investment. In a previous video, I talked about this basic example where, let's say for a Botox ad, if you're spending $1,000 on a Botox ad and your cost per lead is $15 and your conversion rate, meaning how many of those leads turn into booked appointments, is 10%, that means you'd be generating roughly 7 new patient appointments for every $1,000 in ad spend. Now, that's really not a bad number, actually. That's a decent number. But let's say hypothetically you could get that cost per lead to $7.50, and you can take your conversion rate from 10 to 20%. For that same $1,000, you've seen 28 new patients. So you're quadrupling the number of new people coming into your practice. So if your SEO provider is not moving the needle on your cost per lead, and they're not reporting on cost per lead, and they don't care about cost per lead, that's probably a sign that they're not paying enough attention to your ads. Now, that's not the end all be all, but you want to be optimizing for cost per lead to some extent. Brings us to number 3, which is conversion rates. If your agency isn't helping you convert a higher number of your leads, you're probably missing an opportunity, and your agency might be failing you to a degree. So I just did this for a client where we did an audit of their current marketing activities. And I told them, like, this is actually one of the better audits that I've done. Usually we come in here and the on-page SEO is kind of a disaster. The ads are kind of a mess. The imagery used in the ads isn't good. Cost per lead numbers are high. There's no strategy to help convert leads. Well, this particular client, they were doing a lot of those things really well, actually. I said, your marketing agency is actually doing a decent job. And then I said, if I had to pinpoint areas for improvement, here are some of the things that I would do. And one of those things was with their automations, after a lead came in from Facebook and Instagram, they were only sending 2 drips, an email and a text, and then the lead kind of died, or it was reliant on the front office staff to chase down leads. And that's not going to be effective in most cases. The reason being, with Facebook and Instagram, your leads, a good ad campaign, a killer ad campaign, you're going to convert 15 to 18% of leads into booked appointments. So you don't want to have your front office staff using time and resources to chase down the 80% of leads from Facebook and Instagram that are never going to book with you. And you want to elongate your automations to increase your conversion rate. So when a lead comes in, there should be text messages, emails, pre-recorded voicemail drips, anything you can do to try to get the lead to respond, to pre-qualify that person, make sure that they're serious. So if you're not working on improving your conversion rate in conjunction with lowering your cost per lead, you're missing an opportunity to impact your return on investment. So that was number 3. If you're not constantly implementing strategies to improve your conversion rate, you're missing an opportunity. So what that said, number 4 would be wasted ad spend. And that could come in a variety of different ways. That could come to fruition in a variety of different ways. One would be the things we just talked about. If you're paying really high cost per leads and your conversion rates stink and you're not auditing your numbers, you don't know your numbers in terms of how many leads are booking to know if you have a satisfactory return that can help you grow and scale, that's wasted ad spend. You need to know what that money is doing for your business, and you need to be confident that you can invest double that investment and use it as a tool to grow your business. So wasted ad spend with ineffective strategies, I would say, is one of the main ways ad agencies fail clients. One of the places you see this most is with Google ads. So in Google ads, you set up a campaign, and Google, based on how you set that campaign up, can take a ton of different liberties with what they're actually showing your ad for. And with Google, it's a cost per click model. So you want to make sure you're eliminating waste from your ad budget. One of the ways that we do that that's really easy is in your Google Ads dashboard, under the Insights tab, when you're looking at a campaign, there's something called the Search Terms Report. That'll be a reflection of the actual search queries people are typing in before they click your ad and cost you money. Your search keywords are the things that you put in there thinking you're telling Google what you want to show up for. The problem with that, again, is that Google takes a lot of liberties with what they show your ad for. We launched this year a laser hair removal ad for a client using phrase match keywords, which is the middle level of control with Google ads. You have a broad match, phrase match, and exact match. With that, Google was showing our ads for Brazilian waxing, at-home waxing kits. We do not want to pay for that traffic necessarily. With Google ads, we're really looking for bottom funnel traffic, people looking for laser hair removal, Arlington, Virginia, that type of thing. So wasted ad spend would be number 4. Check some of those things. Make sure that you're not throwing money away on ineffective ads. And that brings us to number 5, our last point, which would be not coaching you and consulting. So as marketing providers, that's one of the things that we should be doing for our clients, helping them identify offers that work, helping them understand the numbers, the nuances of the strategies that are going to make their dollar go the furthest. And I think a lot of marketing providers, we're just doing a copy paste. A lot of marketing providers outsource and white label work where they're not really involved. They sell you the service, and then they've got somebody overseas that's just checking a box, right? So as marketing providers, we want to be strategists that help guide your marketing investment to maximize return on investment. And if your marketing provider is not doing that, my contention would be that they're missing the mark and you're probably not getting the best value you could from that provider. You have to think, a marketing agency, the reason that you're hiring them is they're replacing a core function of business, right? Marketing, operations, finance, marketing is a core function of business. You need to reach your consumers and do that effectively and efficiently to make sure that you can grow and scale your business. If you don't have a consultant or coach or someone who really knows what they're doing in your corner, you're just kind of guessing and going off gut instinct. And I would avoid that at all costs. So if you feel like your marketing company's not coaching you and helping you with strategy, offer development, and getting in the weeds with you on helping you understand where the money is going and how it's helping you grow your business in terms of the math, I think you're missing the mark there. So that'd be 5 ways I think marketing agencies fail their customers. Hope that was super helpful and you had some actionable tips and takeaways that you can go back, even if it's just a better way to audit your current marketing provider to make sure that they're doing a good job and to push them a little bit and know what levers you need to pull as a business owner to make sure that that marketing investment is well optimized.